Hi there. This next piece is actually a piece, it's some exercise. It's a piece of work. Okay. We're going to do a little guided imagery that is really important for you to have a paper and a pencil nearby and for you to find a comfortable spot. So on that note, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is guided imagery number 1. And it's called Into the Forest. So you need a notebook and a pen or paper and a pencil and a quiet, comfortable spot. Once you find that spot, you can sit at a table, you can sit in a chair, you can sit at a desk. This is kind of short, but it's really quite powerful. So once you get in your spot, close your eyes and follow along, picturing the scenes in the guided imagery. And remember what you see as you do this. As we begin, I want you to remember the kind of breath work that we did in the rose, trumpet, and hot day. You breathe in real deep. Feel that breath coming in all the way down. Feel it in your back, feel it in your belly, feel it in your legs, all the way down to your feet. Blow it out. And breathe in again. Feel that in your neck. Feel that across your chest. Feel that in your hips. Blow it out. And then once more, breathe in. Let your belly stick out there. Feel that in your armpits again. Feel that all the way to your knees and your toes. Blow it out. And then just breathe at your own pace. Just breathe naturally. Okay? But close your eyes and imagine that you're standing in the center of a field. Just imagine that you're standing there, okay? As you stand there, look around you and notice the field itself. Is anything growing there? Or whatever you happen to notice. Maybe there's nothing growing there, but just look around, see what you see. And then look down at your feet and notice what you have on your feet. Remember what you see, and then look up and look around you again. And off in the distance, see some trees. Off in the distance, there's a forest. So start moving toward that forest and keep going until you get to the edge of the trees. Once you get to the edge of the trees, stop there for just a moment and notice that there's a fence around the forest. Take a good look at that fence, see what it's made of, and then get to the other side of that fence so that you're now in the forest. And you can do that any way that you want, whatever seems to be the most, the easiest way to get into the forest. But once you're in the forest, look around until you find a small path that leads off into the trees. Start walking along that path and keep going, keep walking until you come to some water. When you get to the water, go to the edge of the water and assess how deep it might be. And then get to the other side of the water. And once you're on the other shore, look around and find the path and see that it continues. So continue walking along the path, going deeper into the forest, and keep walking and walking until you come to a clearing deep in the center of the woods. When you get to the clearing, step into it just outside the tree line there, and notice that there's a structure of some kind in the center of the clearing. When you see that structure, walk up to it, and then walk around it, walk around that structure, until you find a door. Then go up to the door and notice the door handle, and then open the door and go in the structure. Once inside, notice that you are in a short hallway. So just walk down the hallway until you come into a large room with large windows full of sunshine. See someone standing across that room in front of the fireplace and walk over to that person and introduce yourself. Just give them your name and then ask them for a gift. Reach out and take the gift. And then thank the one who is standing there, the one who gave you the gift. Tell whoever it is that you must be on your way, and then walk back across the room to the short hallway. Go down the hallway toward the door, and as you get to the door and get ready to open it, notice the door handle. And then open it, leave the structure, and close the door behind you. Then go back across the clearing to the place where you first came into the clearing and look until you find the path that you were on. Get back on the path and walk back the way you came, following the path until you get all the way back to the water. When you get to the water, stop and look at it for a moment, and then get to the other side of the water. Once you're on the other side of the water, find the path again and keep walking along the path until you get all the way back to the fence at the edge of the woods. When you get back to the edge of the woods, notice the fence, and then get to the other side of the fence so you're outside the tree line. Once you're outside the forest, go back to where you were standing in the center of the field at the very start. When you get back to the center of the field, look down and see what you have on your feet. And then take a moment to examine the gift that you received. What do you think of that gift? What might you do with that gift? And then wrap it up, put it in your pocket or purse, and then slowly return your attention to the room. Okay, that's the end of our guided imagery, but now we have a little bit of work to do, a little bit of writing. So get out your pen and paper or your notebook and write down the answers to these questions regarding your journey. Number 1, what kind of field were you standing in? You know, what did you see? What kind of field was it? Was it a meadow? Was it a plowed field? Was it a cornfield or a wheat field or what? Just a couple words is all you need. What kind of field were you standing in? Number 2, what did you have on your feet at the start of the journey? What did you have on your feet at the start of the journey? Was it, some kind of shoes, some kind of boots? What was on your feet at the start of the journey? That's number 2. Number 3, what kind of fence was at the edge of the forest? What kind of fence was at the edge of the forest? Was it a wooden fence, a picket fence, wire fence? What's the electric fence? What kind of fence was it? Number 4, how did you get to the other side of the fence? Couple words there. Did you climb over it? Did you climb through it? How'd you get to the other side of the fence so that you were in the forest? That's number 4. Number 5, describe the water that you came to. What kind of water was it? Was it a creek? Was it a lake? A river? A river is bigger than a creek. Was it a puddle? An ocean? What kind of water? Describe the water that you came to. And number 6, then, how did you get to the other side of the water? So just briefly describe how you got to the other side of the water. That's number 6. Number 7, what kind of structure was in the middle of the clearing? When you stepped out of the woods and you were in the clearing, what structure did you see in the middle of the clearing? Couple words there to describe it. What kind of structure was in the middle of the clearing? And then next, number 8, describe the door handle on the door as you were entering the structure. And let me say that sometimes you can say more with a small drawing than you can with some words. So don't hesitate to draw your structure or your door handle. Okay, maybe just give it 1 or 2 words and then a drawing. So feel free to do that. So we're talking about the door handle, number 8. Describe the door handle on the door as you were entering the structure. What did it look like? Number 9, who was standing in the big room at the end of the hallway? Who was standing there? Was it somebody you knew? Somebody you didn't know? Was it just a bunch of lights? Was it somebody like a saint or an angel or somebody totally unknown? Somebody from another culture? Who was standing in the big room at the end of the hallway? That's number 9. Number 10, what gift did you receive? What gift did you receive? And you may use words or drawings. What gift did you receive? So then number 11, when you left the structure and you went back down that short hallway to the door and you were going to open the door, was the door handle the same or was it different? And you can just note it was the same or different. You can describe it if you like, but really what you need to answer is, was it the same or different? Number 12, when you got to the water on your way back through the woods, through the forest, did that water look the same as it did when you came through the first time? You know, had it changed in any way? Did it look the same or not? Or was it different? And did you cross it the same way on your way back? You know, when I said get across to the other side of the water, did you get across the same way going back as you crossed coming into the forest? So you can say same and same, or different and different, or same and different, or different and same, whatever. So number 13, when you got back to the fence at the edge of the woods, did it look the same? And you can just write same or different. And you might want to say why it was different or how it was different. Not too much, not too many words. But was that fence the same or was it different? And if it was different, how so? Okay, number 13. No, I'm sorry, number 14. How did you get to the other side of the fence so that you were out of the forest? How did you get to the other side of the fence so that you were out of the forest? And you can write the same way I got in if it was, but if it was different, then say how it was different. And then number 15, when you got back to the center of the field, what did you have on your feet now that you were at the end of that, the guided imagery? What did you have on your feet at the end of the little journey here? Same thing or something different? If something different, describe what. What did you have on your feet? And then lastly, number 16, what did the examination of the gift reveal to you, and what did you think about it? What did you think about that gift? That's number 16. What did the examination of the gift reveal to you, and what did you think about that? Okay, now that you've answered all of the questions, study those notes and answers to the questions. Think about why you saw what you saw. What do you suppose that visual picture that you came up with actually meant? They are your introduction to the language of energy. So it's really, at this point in time, we're done with the exercise, except for the fact that in another video, which will be available among all of these lessons here, you will find a whole bunch of meanings. So let me give you an example here. This entire exercise is a journey into the evolved self to learn, one, what is your approach to the journey into consciousness? Two, how you will handle obstacles in the evolution of your consciousness. Three, how you will handle the emotional challenges in this journey. Number 4, the structure of the lifestyle most suited to your evolved self. And number 5, your key gift. Your key gift, the thing that you can start with. So with that, let's call it good. Thank you for participating in this part of guided imagery number 1. And I would encourage you to go to guided imagery meanings and answers, or answers and meanings. I can't remember for sure what it's called, but thank you very much.